We've had rain at Yankee Stadium, and in fact, it is raining right now. Umbrellas are sprouted. People have their rain slickers on. The tarp, however, is off the field, and we are ready to play ball. Game 3 is about to begin. Game 3 of the American League Division Series. The Yankees and the Angels, presented by Budweiser. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the New York Yankees of the Bronx, New York, tied at a game apiece in this best-of-5 series. And as you saw, it is raining right now. A light rain falling here in the Bronx, and the weather forecast calls for rain. And so far, it's right. But later, that rain is supposed to turn into very heavy rain. A lot of rain tonight and tomorrow. That's the forecast right now. When Johnson takes the mound, Sean Figgins is leading off in center field, not at third base, center field. Orlando Cabrera got the game-winning hit in Game 2. He's at short. Vladimir Guerrero is in right field. He's only had one hit in the series. Benji Molina, he's been the big hitter so far, and Molina is going to be hitting cleanup for only the second time in his career. He's had 2 home runs in the series. It'll be Garrett Anderson, 0 for 8 left field. Juan Rivera is the designated hitter, and he's had a big series. Darren Erstad at first base hitting 7th. Rob Quinlan is the third baseman, hitting 8th, and Adam Kennedy is at second base, batting 9th. And on the mound is 42-year-old left-hander Randy Johnson, and it was a difficult season for him his first year in New York, but he finished very strong.
Well, Randy Johnson is a big game pitcher, and it's not about physical stuff. It's about his mental toughness. He knows what he has to do in certain circumstances. And you can see that down the stretch, he won his last 6 ball games in his last 8 starts. And he's the reason this is the reason they brought him here, along with beating ball.
His ace going, feared rain where the pitchers could have to stop and start. Gary Sheffield all the way back to the wall, and that one really carried, and Sheffield jumped up to catch it.
Well, if you're Joe Torre, the last thing you want to do is trade Randy Johnson for Paul Bird. By that, I mean if they start the game and they change guys and it rains out, then you've lost Randy Johnson.
The former umpire is here from the commissioner's office, and they have all been keeping a close eye on the weather, and that ball is hammered by Cabrera, but out in deep right center, Bernie Williams has got that one. 2 down. That's a clean single to right field for Vladimir Guerrero. And all 3 of the hitters who've come up here against Johnson have hit the ball hard.
Well, the one thing you do if you're facing Randy Johnson, the first pitch that you think you can handle, you go after it. And that's to the runner at first base when you get runners on.
Ooh, that one, a high fastball out of the strike zone, and he drove it into center field. Testing Bernie Williams, and Bernie will not offer. He goes into second base with the throw. Bernie does not have a strong arm. So Molina, and he took the high hard one from Randy and hit it right over the middle.
Well, one of the things we saw in the last at bat in the game.
They're both. There's a runner at third right now and a runner at first. That ball is hit deep into right center field, way back there, and that ball is way out of here. A 3-run homer for Garrett Anderson, and he has stunned the big crowd at Yankee Stadium. That was Ruthian to the right of the 385's sign and way up into the bleachers.
Well, what happened was they were trying to get him out with breaking balls. He threw the second breaking ball away, and now he tries to come inside with a fastball, but he gets it.
2 strikes to Juan Rivera, and the slider for the strikeout. But Garrett Anderson, the veteran Angel, strikes big time. One of the heroes of Game 7 of the 2002 World Series. Anderson comes up big here. Jeter leads off at shortstop. Alex Rodriguez at third base. He's hit this in the series. Jason Giambi, 3 for 7. The DH. Gary Sheffield, who's had 2 hits and 8 at-bats. Right field. Hideki Matsui is 2 for 8. The left fielder. Robinson Cano, he's been the big bat. 4 RBIs in 2 games. Bernie Williams, the veteran, in center field. Tino Martinez at first base, batting 8th, and John Flaherty, the catcher for Randy Johnson, hitting 9th with Posada sitting out. And on the mound for the Angels is the right-hander, Paul Bird, and he kind of has a throwback-looking windup, Joe, and he's a finesser.
Well, Paul Bird has his best pitch, I think, is a little cut fastball or a slider that he throws. And he'll throw a lot of them to left-handed hitters. he will throw a straight fastball because he tries to spot it.
1-2 the count. A-Rod and then Giambi to follow. And he blew it by him. I mean, 84 miles an hour, and he blew it by him.
Well, it doesn't matter how hard you throw or how soft it might be if you got movement. And he's got movement on his fastball. Gets to the time.
And field, going back in right field is Vladimir Guerrero. Jumps off his glove. And Rodriguez ends up at second base with a double.
Well, he got away with it, so to speak, because that ball almost went out of the ballpark. Again, he misses his spot badly.
He should have caught that one. Here's Giambi. Popped up. Shallow left. Out goes Cabrera. In comes Garrett Anderson. And that is out number 2. So Giambi gone on one pitch. That doesn't often happen.
Well, we've talked about the fact that the Angels haven't hit with runners in scoring position, but neither have the Yankees.
Now with 2 down, he's still there. 3-0 Angels. Right up the middle, but right there behind second is Kennedy. What a pickup, and he throws him out. Man, what hands. That one handcuffed him, but he made the play. 3-0 Angels after 1.
Outside corner and breaks away. There it is again.
And hit sharply. Came up on Jeter. He handled it nicely and throws him out. Gary Miller's here with us. Let's go down to Gary. Jeter hit .231 with 5 homers and 134 at-bats. And a pop-up, shallow right. And there is Cano. The wind really playing tricks with the ball on that one, but he stayed with it. I wanted one game against the Twins 3 years ago. Well, that's a base hit to right field. That's kind of his signature this year. Most of his hits are singles. 2 down, runner at first. Figgins coming up. Let's check in to the studio now. Here's Carl Ravitch with the Sports Center. 30 out if you guess right. There he goes.
That was one of those situations.
And a real good throw by Flaherty, and Cano tags him out. And that's all for the Angels. Pretty good tag there by Cano as well, as Kennedy came in. They're waiting for him. He blocked him completely off the bat. 3-0 Angels. 2-1 the count. Broken back. And Kennedy throws him out. 1 away.
Let's take a look at the last out of the first inning for the Yankees. But feeling is more the senses part of it. You just one of your senses. You can feel where it is. Or sense where it is.
I like the way you put it there. You're trying to help me understand. No, more like feeling.
Yeah, you got to feel it. That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe if you say it that way one more time, I'll get it.
Yeah. Well, the problem is rhythm. You get a rhythm, and your momentum goes to the right spot.
And Bernie Williams punches it into left center field. That's a base hit. Anderson over to pick it up. Bernie with a big turn at first. He'll hold. 2-out single for Bernie.
And you could hear the cheers because they do not know when Bernie's last at bat is going to occur.
The championship series. And softly, Erstad, who's very sure-handed, handles it himself. That's the inning. Bernie stranded. On to the third, the top of the order. Figgins, Cabrera, and Vladimir Guerrero. 3-0 Angels. We've been joined by Gary Miller. He's downstairs. We're at Yankee Stadium. Figgins, left center field. That ball is caught by Matsui. Into the gap toward the 399 sign. Hit well. Now let's go down to... And if he did not come up with that ball, it would have been 3-0 Yankees. Wow. Now Cabrera hits one that's up around his eyes into the right field corner. He's going to test Sheffield, who's got a good arm. And he's safe. It was close with Jeter covering.
Well, one of the things that's happening, I've never seen so many high fastballs being hit hard off Randy Johnson.
Has had only 7 hits and 31 at-bats against him.
Well, that's what they want to do. Throw the ball off the plate inside. If Vlad swings at it, that's okay. If he takes it and gets his walk, that's okay. But that ball was way off the plate inside right there. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Kind of limps down the steps into the dugout.
Oh, man.
Benji Molina, left field. Matsui all the way back. Goodbye. A two-run homer for Benji Molina. He went upstairs and got another one. That's his third home run in this series, and the Angels have a 5-0 lead.
And that's what we're talking about when we say that that was a great move by Mike Scioscia to put him behind Vladimir Guerrero. I mean, this guy is their best clutch hitter, and I mean, he gets the job. Benji Molina.
That's right past first and down the right field line. It hits off the tarp. Sheffield slips and falls. The ball ricochets off his foot. Now Garrett's going to try for third. Here's the relay. Nope. Jeter will hold on to it, and he ends up all the way over at third. And the fans are booing Randy Johnson. And you saw just how wet and treacherous the outfield can be because of the rain we've had. And that was a double turned into a triple. And the Yankees, in only the third inning, have their bullpen going. And that's the inning. Juan Rivera strikes out. The fans are not happy with these first three innings. 5-0 Angels.
That can hit the ball out of the ballpark at any time.
And Bird knows all about that as he walks Flaherty to start the inning. Now that was no way to start an inning with a 5-0 lead. As filmmaker Spike Lee is here tonight. Jeter hard hit to third. Quinlan from his knees. There's one. Kennedy over to first, not nearly in time, but a nice play by Quinlan to keep that one from going on down the line, and he gets one.
That was an excellent play. That ball was smoke that you can't hurt him. Right now, Paul Bird does not think the Yankees can hurt him.
Strike three called on the inside corner.
And we talked about this at the beginning. He was going to pitch the right-handers inside and the left-handers inside.
Shallow left his first time. And he hits it right through the defense. In fact, if they hadn't shifted at all, it would have been right to the second baseman. They had three infielders to the right side, and he found a hole in the middle of it. Jeter over to third, and here comes Sheffield now. The Sheffields have not done well in these at-bats since game one of the series. Center field. Figgins. That's the big part of the yard. He's got room, and the inning is over. Just to the right of the 408-foot marker out there. On to the fourth inning. 5-0 Angels.